This is the
white
best shot
wall.
ever.
So anyways, let's go ahead and introduce yourself and tell us what you do.
Sure, I'm Sam Riegel. I play Scanlan Shorthalt on Critical Role, our weekly D&D show that's on Twitch every Thursday night.
And what else do you do outside of the D&D?
In addition to playing D&D with my friends, I also am a voice actor and a voice director. I do the voices for different video games. I was Spider-Man in the Amazing Spider-Man video game series. I played Donatello on the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles for a number of years. And I also am a voice director. I direct the voices for Disney cartoons like Sophia the First and Wander Over Yonder and Elena of Avalor. And I get to hang out and roll dice with these guys.
So you always been a Dungeons and Dragons player?
No, this is technically my first game ever. This game has been going on for 3 years now, so I wouldn't say that I'm a rookie anymore. But I never played growing up. It's something that these dudes were into before me, and they invited me to play, and I fell in love with it because something that I have been involved in for most of my life is comedy and improv, and Dungeons and Dragons, when you really boil it down, it's just a group improv game.
It is.
And so I find a lot of fulfillment and I find that I've had experience that has led to this, even if I never played D&D before.
Wow, so you're officially practically like a D&D noob.
This is the only character I have ever played as. It's the only campaign I've ever been on. Matt is the only dungeon master I've ever had. So I don't know how I would do in another scenario, but in this one I'm doing okay.
Well, I'm gonna feel sorry for you if one day your character dies and you're gonna start crying at the table.
I think if any of us die, we will all be crying because we've lived with these characters for so long that if one of them actually died, it would be like losing someone who you actually know in real life. And so we're trying not to.
So what was the best thing that you love coming from a non-D&D person who's now just inundated with it?
The best thing I love about Dungeons and Dragons?
Yes.
Well, there's just so many possibilities. Even if you're doing an improv comedy show like Upright Citizens Brigade or something like that, there are some sort of basic rules that you kind of have to follow in terms of the physics of the world and just how real you want to play your improv scenes. But in Dungeons and Dragons, there's such thing as magic, and there's such thing as dragons, and there's such thing as monsters, and it's amazing just to to follow these stories wherever they might lead into legendary realms and heroic realms and other ethereal planes, and it just blends fantasy and reality and humor and improv in such a unique way that it's group storytelling in its most primal form. It's a group of people sitting around a fire or a table telling a story together, and there's really nothing like it.
Well, tell us more about your character, how you developed, and the background of it.
My character is Scanlan Shorthalt. He is a gnome bard. I chose a gnome bard because my friend Liam, who plays with us, told me that would be a pretty geeky character to choose. And it turns out it's great for me because I get to sing. Part of my character's magic comes from singing. So in every show, I will inevitably have to sing something or play a melody of some sort to activate my magical powers, and so it keeps me thinking of new songs all the time. And he's a bit of a lovable scamp, and he's a womanizer, and he's a lot of things that I am not, but it is so rewarding to play as Scanlan because he's like my id come to life. He's great.
Give us a taste of your gnome character singing in his voice. You could sing about Comic-Con if you like.
About Comic-Con? I don't know about that, but
Give
one
us
of the first songs I sang as the character was he can sing to heal people, and he sings Scanlan make you feel good, Scanlan make you feel real good, and stuff like that. It's fun.
That's pretty cool. Are you gonna now, since you have tasted role-playing games. Are you going to try other things like Pathfinder, Magic the Gathering, and such?
We actually started with Pathfinder. It was awesome, but it took too long for the stream, so we switched to D&D 5th edition. So those are the only two I've played, but I'm so fascinated to play the others. I know there's a bunch out there. I know about some. I'd like to know more, but right now I'm focused on this one. When this one ends, if it eventually ends, I can't wait to see what else is out there.
You know what the true test is? Even though you're here at San Diego Comic-Con, the true test is when are you going to go to Gen Con?
We are going to Gen Con in 2 weeks,
2
2.5 weeks, and we have a big live show there at a big theater that everyone's invited to come see. I don't know when your broadcast is going out, but it's August 6th, and it's going to be my first Gen Con experience, so I hope we pack that theater and bring a fun Critical Role live game to Indianapolis.
You know, that sounds exciting. And let me wrap this up. Could you talk about any of your other upcoming projects outside of the Dungeons and Dragons?
Sure. I mean, as a voice director, I've been working actually for over a year on a show called Elena of Avalor that just debuted last night on Disney. And next week, I've been voice directing a cartoon called Future Worm, which also debuts on Disney XD, I think the end of next week, July 27th or 29th or something like that. So those are projects that are coming out. I have some other shows and games that, of course, I'm not allowed to talk about, but those are the big ones that are coming out, and I'm very excited, especially about Elena of Avalor.
Hey, thank you very much. It's been a pleasure. Thank you.